here. Nomio Shaves back with another shaving video. How was everybody today? Today is Tuesday, so I haven't done this for, I don't even know if I've ever done this on video or just in general, but Tabac Tuesday. I've got this awesome mug right here, or ceramic bowl right here. It's filled with bloom water. I'll be using that today. And going with the sterling boar. Triple milled soap. It's always fun to have a boar brush on triple milled soap. I'm going to do a full shave with this bad boy. This is the Raven Kamisori. The little bit that I used it in the last shave actually felt pretty good, so I thought, what the hell, let me do a full shave with it and see how it feels. I did take this to the Dota Creek this morning. I just did the running water technique, and I can feel the stickiness, so knock on wood, we'll be doing okay. And let me go ahead, I'm gonna put this bloom water on my face and we'll get cracking. Man, I got out of the shower and I can just smell the tobacco. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Some people think it smells like an ashtray was dumped in their grandmother's purse. But I don't get the burnt tobacco from it. My mom smoked growing up. I hated it. And my dad hated it. Still hates cigarettes. But I don't get the burnt tobacco from it. So that's good, right? All right, hold on. So I didn't get a chance to respond to the comments on my last video, but I did get a lot of really positive comments about, sharing my faith and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it. So maybe I'll discuss a little bit about that while I'm loading up here. So I was born into a Mexican family. My mom is white. She's a Heinz 57, so I'm a Heinz 58, I guess. But I was baptized Catholic, but my mom, I guess, now looking back on it now, I thank her for this, but she never forced us to do anything in the church, so we didn't have to go to the catechisms and communion or all that crazy stuff, right? But the times that I did go to church, Catholic church has always made me feel really uncomfortable. I never really understood what it was. It's just kind of weird. You go into this church and it's really, I don't know, just gaudy is the only term I can think of it. And also, I've met some people over the years where they've also gone to Catholic churches when they were young and they were scared the crap out of, right? And they got really scared from going to the churches and the priests and stuff yelling at them and whatnot, saying they're going to burn in hell and whatnot. So I've had a few friends that had really, really bad experiences in the Catholic church. And thinking, looking back on it, I get it. I totally understand. Like I said, I've never felt comfortable in the Catholic church. Fast forward. But something else, maybe not fast forward, but something else I've always noticed is, this is just my opinion, okay? Maybe you have, something else. But going to a Catholic church, I never felt like they were worshiping. It's just really weird. And you go into these churches and you see all these really, to me, they're always scary looking with these statues. Always really scary looking. But anyways, so I was really turned off by religion. And then also, you always hear a bunch of really sad news and stuff from what priests are doing to little kids and whatnot. It's scary. It's really, really scary. So I was turned off religion for a long time. Deep down, I knew something was out there, right? But fast forward to a few years later, one thing I always never really understood either growing up is why Catholics pray to Mary and saints, right? And then fast forward to maybe a couple of years ago when I really started looking into the Bible and whatnot, and a verse that always sticks out to me is it 1 Timothy 2:5? And it says, there is no mediator between, or Jesus is something along the lines of, Jesus is the only mediator between man and God. So that right there in the Bible tells you that, praying to anyone other than Jesus and God is no bueno. And I think that's why I was always kind of turned off by the church. They always pray to Mary to intercede for them. You know? Anyways. But yeah, so JB and Marcos, if you guys see this, I'd be curious what your thoughts are on that verse. I think it's 1 Timothy 2:5. 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy 2:5? Oh, hold on, let me check. Hold on. I have it right here. Yeah, 1 Timothy 2:5. For there is one God and one mediator between God and man, the man Jesus Christ. I don't know, maybe it was just, watching the Ten Commandments as a kid, and that, thou shalt have no other gods before me kind of just always stuck in my mind, right? But I digress. And I know also reading the Bible can be very, very daunting. It's hard. It really is. You don't know where to start. So for the month of June, inside of my Bible, there's actually a 30 days to know Jesus plan. So JB, Marcos, and myself are going to be committing 30 days to Jesus. It's got the verses all laid out and stuff. So we'll be doing that for the month of June. Man, I'm just lathering forever. Sheesh. Smells good though. There we go. So yeah, so I'm just, those of you who are religious, I know some of you are not, and I totally get it. That's you're your own person. Everybody has to find their own way, right? But I'm just curious if, what does that verse mean to you? All right, let's see how this bad boy feels. Holy shit balls. Damn, that's sharp. Oh man, I got some hairs. Did I cut myself? Nice. That's a nice edge. Man. Oh, yep, I did get myself on that fucking scar. Shit. Damn it. I opened up that old scar. Crap. So the month of June is going to be a couple of other new beginnings. Johan, in one of his previous videos, had mentioned that he wanted to do the 100 push-up challenge again. And I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. I commented on his video and said, I'll do it with you. I haven't checked in with him. I don't know if he's doing it. But Jim Combs is also doing it. And I think Rick Neiman is doing it too. I got my 100 in yesterday. I'm also doing another challenge. So since this whole shelter in place thing, I've put on a few pounds. I know I'm not the only one. So, April was our anniversary and my wife's birthday, so there was a bunch of indulgences there. May is Mother's Day. So more indulgences there. And then at least the past month, I've been drinking a lot more wine than anything, and some vodka. So the month of June, I'm going to do my best not to drink very much. If I drink, try just one day on the weekend. But I know it's going to be kind of difficult because Father's Day is this month. And my daughter's birthday is also this month. So we'll see how that goes. My poor daughter. Her best friend just moved. She's so bummed. Her best friend moved to, I think it's North Carolina. She's bummed. She's so sad. She's a good kid. Teenager, but she's still a good kid. All right, and rinse off. Gosh, Tabac is a good soap. And I got it everywhere. Yeah, so these challenges, so I'm going to be doing 2 challenges this month. One is the 100 push-ups a day challenge. The other one is another challenge where it's kettlebell swings and push-ups. So I'll use those push-ups part of the 100. But for the kettlebells push-up challenge is when you're done, if you can manage all the swings and push-ups, it comes out to 200 kettlebell swings and 55 push-ups. It's hard. I didn't get all the full 200 swings, but I got all the push-ups done, so that's good. So that's also a 30-day challenge. And then I'm also adding in, I'm trying to build up my pull-up strength again. So I've got a routine to follow for pull-ups too, which is, I think 4 days straight pull-ups, then you have a day off, and then you do 4 again. I think that's how it works. And it's pretty cool being able to, put an edge on your own razor that you can actually shave with. It's freaking exciting for me. I'm having a hard time convincing my wife to let me get a new J-Net. So you have enough stones. It's too expensive. But it's Father's Day. Have where you guys are living, have these protests turned into any crazy riots? And I hope not, because here, pretty bad. Oakland, it's like a war zone there, man. It's just ridiculous. Where I live in Fremont, they initiated curfew 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And there was some talk about protesters coming down to the Targets here. I don't know why. Why Target of all places? So, the cops were out. Then there's a city just north of here called Union City. My daughter works here. That's where her hotel is, and her hotel is in part of like a big shopping center. There's a movie theater there. There's a Best Buy. There's a couple restaurants and a few other stores. Well, basically, almost all the roads to that place were closed down by the cops by, gosh, I think they started like around 3 o'clock. So she was pretty worried that she wasn't going to be able to get home. So luckily she works in a hotel, so they were able to actually let her stay there last night. I haven't heard from her yet. It's too early. I don't even know if she's up. But I've been looking at the news and I haven't seen anything here yet. Let me rinse off real quick. You know, I totally understand the protest. I get it. There's a lot of stuff that needs to change in every country, not just the US. But there is absolutely no reason to cause riots. There's zero reason for that. It's just freaking ridiculous. What good does it do to destroy your neighborhood, right? That's not going to solve anything. If anything, it's going to make the cops more pissed off. Oh, shoot, my brush. You know, so it's just, I don't understand what's going through these people's minds. I mean, you want it, it's okay to destroy local businesses. Man, it's just so frustrating. My poor wife, she's all freaked out too, you know, it's just, man, it's crazy. This plate is a little harsh. Not quite. Struggling a little bit. Yeah, I want to take it back probably to the 8K. It's a little, struggles a little bit against the grain. Maybe I don't have it quite set up properly on the 8K. Okay, let me see. So I think it looks like sometimes I might hesitate, right? But it's just, the blade's just not cutting the hair. Yeah, it struggles a little bit. Damn it, it pisses me off. It's a learning game. Well, we're at 18 minutes in. Yeah, it's just not smooth like I expected it. So maybe I need to go back to the 8K. Let me rinse off here. Let's see here. Yeah. Still the trouble spots. No fault of the soap for sure. This is a good soap. It's a classic for a reason. I saw in the news that the protests, they're even as far away as Australia, which is actually really cool. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Well, why they're protesting still sucks, you know what I mean? It's just, man, it just, It makes me so mad that this is what it comes to, you know. It's just, it's irritating. Here we are in the 20th century or 21st century, right? And we still have to deal with this stuff. It's just, I know it'll never go away. It's really sad. I hate to see this happen, you know. But what I have also seen is what I don't like about the news is they're not showing the good stuff either. I mean, I've seen a bunch of clips about, you know, cops and protesters hugging each other and stuff like that, you know. These are the peaceful protesters, right? The ones who are causing the trouble. Man, idiots. But the ones that are out there peacefully protesting, I'm all for it. I mean, it's really heartwarming to see the cops and those protesters hugging and, you know, and holding each other arm in arm. It makes me feel really good to see that kind of stuff. But we don't see enough of that on the news, which really irritates me. You know, fear porn. All right, let me go ahead and do a quick little recap. Sterling board brush, beautiful, beautiful brush. I highly recommend it. It's cheap. Tabac Tuesday. This is a amazing, amazing soap with an amazing, amazing scent. Like I said, to me, I grew up with everybody in my family smoked. It sucked, but this does not turn me off like those do. I don't get any burnt cigarette smell. More like the tobacco flower, right? It's strong. It is strong. You know, no one can complain about performance. And this Raven Kamisori, this was from Wild West Shaving Co. I took it to the Dota Creek, but just not quite there. I know I can get it better, so we'll see. That's my shave, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed that. It was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but not too bad. Pretty average for me, I guess. Couple of weepers. Ooh, I'm getting a bump right there. Shit. So, wish me luck on my 3 challenges this month, everybody. I'm doing my best not to have any. I'm going 0 carb. So we'll see how it goes. Take care of one another. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, please don't text and drive.